What the hell is going on in AEW? I watched Double or Nothing. Barely. I watched it. The show was boring as hell. So predictable. You know, nothing really exciting happened. Nothing that shifted the paradigm of the promotion or any of the storylines. But the one thing that stuck out to me was just the Chris Jericho and Adam Cole match, man. First of all, the crowd was dead for like the 75% of the match. They were dead, especially in the beginning. There was no crowd reactions going on. Adam Cole's doing his whole shtick, his whole taunting and stuff before he's about to go to war with the man who orchestrated a beatdown of his girlfriend. You've got Sabu here flying through tables. Suddenly everyone, the match starts off, everyone's brawling, and then suddenly they just disappear. The match, and you have Chris Jericho. You have Chris Jericho calling spots so loudly. So fucking loudly. Throughout the whole match as he's moving at a lethargic pace. Like, oh my god. What are they doing with Adam Cole? Why is he in this match? What is going on? What happened? I know he got concussed. I know he was injured for a while. And it was almost like he couldn't wrestle again. So they had to... I'm sure Tony Khan, the master planner, Tony Khan had to edit him out of his master plans. And I'll get to that in a second because that's just another bag of worms. Yeah, I'm sure they had to scramble to find a food for him when he came back, when he knew he was going to come back. Why Chris Jericho, though? It's a complete momentum halter for anyone to be in the ring with Chris Jericho in the current day. Ever since 2021, it's a complete momentum halter. What happened to Action Andrade? Everybody was like, oh my god, Chris Jericho, look, Chris Jericho putting young talent over. Oh my god, he brought back Colt Cabana and gave him a shot on TV, and Colt Cabana almost killed him in that match. Look at him putting this Action Andretti guy over. Okay, where's Action now? In action. That's where he is. No, I heard he's on ROH doing... Who cares? Nobody watches ROH. It doesn't matter. We're talking about AEW. The match happened on AEW television. If you beat Chris Jericho on AEW television, you should be on AEW television. Not the G League. Oh, but Chris Jericho, he elevates everyone that steps in the ring with him. Who? Where? How is this elevating Adam Cole? What is this doing for Adam Cole's career? What is it doing for his character? And the worst thing is he's still stuck in this feud. So we're probably going to have a 9-month Adam Cole and Chris Jericho feud. I swear to God, I hate when they put people with Chris Jericho. As soon as they put people with Chris Jericho, I do not care about that person again. I do not care about that person again. Because nobody likes this crap. Nobody liked the segments. The first segments where they, confronted each other, that was fine. Then they start involving the Outcasts and all this stuff and overcomplicating things and trying to put Adam Cole in these stipulation matches. And I see a lot of people saying, Adam Cole just doesn't work in this type of match. It's not Adam Cole's fault. Adam Cole had a pretty decent match with Hangman. What was that? A death match, right? Pretty decent. Which I thought he should have won that match. I thought he should have been AEW champion. He's far more over than Hangman for sure. But we don't book based on how over people are. We book based on how the booker feels about that person, right? He's a part of the elite. He's friends with the EVPs. Oh. Granted, Adam Cole is too, so I don't know what point I was trying to make there, but still. It's ridiculous what they've done with Adam Cole since he's come to AEW. He started off so good in AEW. He was hot. Then they had him lose to Hangman Page like 2 or 3 times in a row. Then they had him begging was it Jay White? Begging Jay White for some Forbidden Door Bullet Club reunion or whatever. Then he got injured. He had a concussion. I think he had a concussion, and then they cleared him to compete for Forbidden Door. Then he got another concussion at Forbidden Door or something like that. Now he was out since then. Now he comes back, and he's immediately in a feud with Chris Jericho. Why Chris Jericho? Why do we need Chris Jericho? And this goes to my other point. Tony Khan, he can't do it. He can't book. I'm sorry. He cannot book a full, cohesive wrestling product. He needs help. I know a lot of AEW fanboys and defenders are like, it's hard because, Triple H, he has an entire team of people. Yes, like every other fucking television product on the planet. All these scripted TV shows you see, they have a writer's room. They have a team of people consulting, writing together, putting these storylines together for the seasons. Wrestling is a TV show. We are on television. Why is there only one person? Because remember, it was bad when Vince McMahon did it. Remember when Vince McMahon, Vince has the final say in everything, and this is why the product is so bad because Vince McMahon. Tony Khan's the same way. Final say in everything, controls everything. One man wrecking crew. Sure, he gets advice from people, but he doesn't take all of that. Unless it's Chris Jericho whispering in his ear, we should bring Cole Cabana back. Give me a match with me on AEW Dynamite for the boys. For the boys. You can't handicap yourself and then have people feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for Tony Khan. Oh, Triple H does it with a team. Because Triple H is not a dumbass. That's why he understands he's putting on a product for people. This isn't to fuel his own ego so he can go on some podcast and be like, I do this all by myself. I'm a workhorse. That's why Triple H, his booking has been better received since he took over. It's been better received over AEW. I don't watch WWE. I don't care about WWE. I didn't watch NXT Stand and Deliver. I don't care about NXT. I think the wrestling quality of NXT is terrible and shouldn't be on television. I think it's terrible. I think it's garbage. I think most of the NXT guys are overhyped as hell just because it's a WWE product. But I'm not going to pretend that AEW is so much better. Sure, the quality of wrestling is leagues above, for the most part, right? But it's the booking, it's the people that just these weird obsessions with certain people. Chris Jericho, he has to be in a major feud all the time because he's still bitter that Vince McMahon didn't see him as a main event star in WWE. But he's not a main event star. He's old as hell, and he's slow. He doesn't move like he used to. What's wrong with that? Why is Vince McMahon evil for that? Vince McMahon is evil for a lot of things, but this bitter thing that Chris Jericho has against him where it's like, now I have this playground where I get to be my own master and I get to book because I have Tony Khan in my pocket. I'm his head consultant. Totally not Hulk Hogan vibes going on. They said CM Punk was Hulk Hogan. I think we're looking at Hulk Hogan here. We need to come to terms with it. Yes, Chris Jericho is a legend. Being a legend means that you're giving back to this business. How is he giving back to this business when people I can see, okay, you beat Chris Jericho. Oh my God, it put you over. People don't care about that though. Nobody cares about Chris Jericho. People are tired of him. Do you see the reactions to him online? Which is AEW's, that's the audience they, so I'm not talking about casual, I'm talking about online fans because that's what AEW caters to. I can't say that about WWE because they don't really cater to the online fans. Although sometimes they do these days with Triple H. But addressing the online fans, have you seen the reaction to Jericho? Nobody cares. Beating Chris Jericho doesn't mean anything anymore. It just means you're stuck in a feud with Chris Jericho, and they're going to be happy when the feud is over. That's what the main point of watching a Chris Jericho feud is now. So the guy who's stuck in there, we can see when they get out, and then we can be excited for them again. This is terrible. They've got him in a mixed tag team match. Adam Cole and Britt Baker versus Chris Jericho and I forgot. Was it Saraya? I forgot. I forgot who Chris Jericho's partner is. It's stupid. And again, with these I know Adam Cole didn't factor into the master plan of Tony Khan, his master plan. His long-term booking, which is annoying in itself. I'm tired of hearing that phrase. Long-term booking. Long-term booking just means you have a storyline that goes on for 5 fucking years, and by the time it's over, you're tired of it. If a storyline has to go on for an extended amount of time, it means there's like such insignificant development in that storyline, and you are just holding it and holding it and holding it and holding it. But that's another thing about Tony Khan, is his long-term booking, right? The long-term booking. Chris Statlander is injured. We're going to have Jade Cargill go through the most boring title reign of all time until Statlander comes back, and then we're just going to have Statlander beat her in 5 seconds. Nice. Again, the fans were happy because it's like, finally, Jade Cargill's reign is over. Everything about AEW is like, finally, that's over. Finally, that's over. Finally, that's done. Finally, that title reign is over. The most boring title reign of all time. Seriously. She fought nobody. She wrestled nobody of significance besides Athena and Taya Valkyrie. But can you remember her other opponents? What, Sky Blue? Kiera Hogan? Oh my God, truly legends. The highest of the AEW totem pole. She didn't wrestle Britt Baker. She didn't wrestle Thunder Rosa. She didn't wrestle Toni Storm. She wrestled nobody. She didn't wrestle Jamie Hayter. It was the most boring reign. And it doesn't put her over because when the first big name that she comes across, she loses to. Or I'll put her over because, you know, she wasn't 100%. She just got off of a match. Okay. And somebody's like, oh, she elevated that title. The title has no lineage. She was the only champion. The title has no lineage. Oh, you elevated everyone that you put. Oh, yeah, she elevated everyone. Sky Blue, where's she at? I know Athena's the ROH champion now. Where's the other girls Jade fought? They're either in ROH or they're doing fuck all. Oh, wow. AEW, man. When do the diehards admit that the last few pay-per-views have been absolute stinkers? They've been really just throwaway. It's not even average. They're just boring. Nothing happens. Nothing cool is happening in AEW. They've got no hits. When did the diehards just admit that Tony Khan needs help? He's not anywhere close to Booker of the Year. He's not this amazing mastermind that everyone says he is. When did the diehards admit? When do they admit that this company has fallen hard since last summer? What are they doing to Adam Cole, man? I wasn't even an Adam Cole fan before he came to AEW. I thought he was overrated. I thought he was overhyped. I thought he was an internet wrestling darling. An indie darling. That's what I always saw him as. He comes to AEW. I can't deny how over the guy is. The guy's over as hell. You see the crowd reactions he gets? I'm not blind. I'm not, you know, I don't let my personal feelings towards a wrestler get into the way. But, like, the guy's over. What are we doing with him? Why is he involved with Chris Jericho? Why is it every time someone's over and they start getting momentum again, Chris Jericho just pops up all of a sudden? You hear that music hit and it's like, oh my God, he's going to be stuck in a feud with this guy for the next 7 months. It's a death sentence for the momentum of a pro wrestler in AEW. Get rid of this retirement home aspect where Vince McMahon's leftovers can come in and just be like, oh, I run the show now. Why are we doing this? Just because Chris Jericho is one of Tony Khan's confidants and he's politicked his way into being, fortunate enough to do these things that Vince wouldn't let him do. Now, don't get me wrong, Vince McMahon he was a bad man. He's a rapist. Like that's what that is. That's what that whole thing is. That's what he is. But by God, he wasn't everybody's friend. He wasn't a fanboy. I grew up watching Chris Jericho. It's so cool that he's, I can confide in him with all this stuff. He's such a mastermind. Why is someone like that in charge of running everything in this promotion? Why? I'm not saying Tony Khan's a bad guy, but he should not be doing all of this on his own. He needs help. He needs a creative team, an actual creative team, not people that just give suggestions and nod their head yes and I'm a yes man and stuff like this. He needs a team, a real creative team. Let's get the guy some help, right? The lines of cocaine are not going to be enough to stimulate the creativity of Tony Khan. That's all I got to say about that.